Hello YouTube, it's Barbara Jean. This is definitely not going to be a very long video. I just want to report on a dream I had early this morning. In the reason I'm going to tell you this dream, it was quite long, but it was there was a part in it that was very interesting, and it's very interesting because it's going along with everything that I've said before. And interestingly enough, it is I think it's just another sign that we are really, really close. We all know about the September 23rd sign, the woman in heaven giving birth. Well, I had a dream about a woman who had a child. Now, this is interesting because I don't believe I've ever had a dream about a woman, a mother, and a child before, ever, that I can recall, had a dream about a mother and child. And let me just read this scripture and then I'll tell you the dream. Revelation 12:1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. And she being with child cried, travailing in birth, and pained to be delivered. And there appeared another great wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads, and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head. And he drew a third part of the stars from heaven, and cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered to devour her child, and as soon as it was born. And she brought forth a man-child, who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron. And her child was caught up to God and to his throne. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she hath a place prepared of God, that they should feed her there 1,260 days. Okay, so the dream was, I was heading to Buckingham Palace. Um, I was going to Buckingham Palace with a group of people, and I saw Princess Diana. Now, Diana was just a young girl. And I was thinking, oh, here's Diana, and she's a young girl. I could take pictures of her. So she was sitting on the steps outside of Buckingham Palace. I don't think we went in to Buckingham Palace. We were just outside the Buckingham Palace, and so I was taking pictures of her as a young girl, and all of a sudden she was grown up, and she was not just grown up. She had a baby, and I was taking pictures of her while she was sitting in front of a small crib, and she was leaning over this crib, and this little baby boy, he was so cute. Oh my goodness, he was cute. And he was smiling up at his mama, and she was looking down at him, and it was a lovely picture. It was just beautiful. And so anyway, but the dream left. I left Buckingham Palace with this group of people, but I was trying to find my pictures because I was taking pictures, and I was looking through my camera trying to find the pictures of that I had taken, but that was how the dream ended. Now, I'm trying to think I couldn't find Diana. I wanted to show Diana her pictures that I had taken, and I couldn't find her. And the baby was gone too. The two of them had left. But I wanted to show them the pictures, so I was trying to go through the pictures that I had taken of the two of them. So that was how the dream ended, when I was leaving the palace, and I was trying to looking for the pictures that I had taken. So interesting. Like I said, this is probably the first time that I recall that I've ever had a picture. I mean, I had a dream about a mother and child, and it's interesting that it came after my last video, which I just did, and I just said that I think the next step in the bride is about the baby. It has to do with the birth of the baby. Interesting. I mean, the Lord is moving me from one thing to the next thing to the next thing, and it's no coincidence, people, that those 7 little figurines, each one holding a baby. I didn't know what that meant at the time when I bought these little figurines. 7 of them, each one of them miraculously represents each one of the churches. Uh, and this one happens to be the Church of Philadelphia figurine, and she's got a bag of hearts. The baby's holding a heart. So, and it isn't interesting that God's greatest sign is the sign of a mother and child. And all these years we've been told how evil that was, and it's an evil symbol, and there's no, but here's God's great miracle and great sign in heaven is a woman giving birth. Isn't that amazing? That's amazing to me. God is miraculous. You know what? When Satan tries to poo-poo something or make something evil, God finds a way to make it good. And this is just another sign. And what this dream was showing me was that we are heading to our home. We're heading to our palace, the great White House, which is the temple in heaven. That's the Church of Philadelphia. Let me read that passage for you as well. Church of Philadelphia, Revelation chapter 3, my favorite passage in the whole Bible. Um, Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will keep you from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly. Behold, I come quickly. He tells this church, I'm coming for you. Hold fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my God, and he shall go no more out, and I will write upon him the name of my God, and the name of the city of my God, which is New Jerusalem. We are his bride. We are going to give birth. We're going to have fruitfulness in heaven, which cometh down from out of heaven from my God, and I will write upon him my new name. So this is the promise given to the Church of Philadelphia, and I have never been this close to it before. I've never seen, like I said, I don't recall ever having a dream about a mother and a baby. And it's interesting that it's Princess Diana. She's the people's princess. Although here in this world she had a lot of travail and a lot of trouble. She certainly did. She wasn't perfect. She certainly wasn't. But the people loved her nonetheless. She was the people's princess, and her name Diana means lady, or a virtuous woman, a virgin. So, even though, physically she was not, but symbolically, that's what her name means. And this is what this dream was saying. The woman in heaven, the virtuous woman, is ready to give birth. And she's getting ready to give birth to a little boy. And this little baby, oh, I'm telling you, he was so cute. He was so adorably cute. Anyway, like I said, this is exciting because the Lord is showing me the readiness of the bride for her home. All through this, all these dreams that I've had throughout all these years that I've been telling you about, and the ones that I've had previous, I've been showing you that all this, the Lord has been using me and showing me the readiness of his bride for her home, which is the temple of God in heaven. Um, we see her raptured and the sixth seal. Let's just go there quickly. And look, because it's not going to be as long a video, thankfully, but I'm going to show you since we got a little more time. Um, in the sixth seal, she's raptured right here at the sixth seal, and Revelation 6:12. And I beheld there opened a sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became as black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood. And the stars of heaven fell into the earth, even as a fig tree casts her untimely figs. And she is shaken of a mighty wind, and the heavens departed as a scroll, when it is rolled together, and every island and mountain were moved out of their place. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondsman, and every free man, hid themselves in the den, and in the rocks, and in the mountains. So this is the great day of the Lord's wrath, but this is also the rapture of the church. She's removed from the hour of tribulation at the sixth seal. This passage matches Matthew 24. The second half of Matthew 24, when it talks about one's taken, one's left. It's all there. It matches. I've showed you that before, so I'm not going to go into it. Um, then you see in Revelation chapter 7, you see the 144,000 sealed on earth who are going to do the great harvest. They are going to prepare the hearts of the people, to resist the beast that they were going to have on earth. Those they're going to have. So these are the evangelists, 144 Jewish evangelists, who will prepare the hearts to defeat the beast by their deaths, by having their heads cut off, unfortunately. But that's the way it has to be. They are the army of God. They will be the army of God, and I showed you that. But here it is in Revelation. After the 144,000 are sealed, you see Revelation 7:9. You see the great multitude, the bride of Christ, in the temple, praising the Lord. And they are neither thirst no more, neither so they get hot or cold. They're in perfection. They're clothed in white. They're clothed in Jesus Christ. And this is them in Revelation chapter 7, starting from verse 9. Then you have the Great Tribulation with the seventh seal open, and Revelation chapter 8. You see the seventh seal is then open, and that starts the tribulation. Okay, and then that goes on for at least 7 years, because you have the two witnesses in the temple that they have to show up. And they preach for 3.5 years, and then they are killed, and then comes the wrath of the Lord. Then comes the great harvest, when the beast rises with the authority of the dragon and cuts off the heads of the saints. then, but anyway, I'm not going to go into all that because that just takes too long. But I'm just telling you, this is very exciting because, like I said, this is the first time that I recall that I've ever had a dream about a mother and a child. So that just means that we are that much closer. We know that the great sign in the heavens is September 23rd. Uh, the um, the sign for the woman in heaven. Um, but her star sign is getting ready to give birth, and that's amazing. So we are that much closer, people. Like I said, the Lord has been using me. He's been doing this brain surgery on me, transforming my mind. We are transformed by the renewing of our minds, and the Lord's been doing this brain surgery on me, which He's showing me through my dreams how close we are to being that woman in heaven who gives birth. And we are that much closer. We are that much closer to fulfillment of prophecy. Anyway, I think that's all I need to say. And I will talk to you later. God bless.